We've got this dresser that we painted yesterday in Sweet Pickins milk paint. The color is Sweetie Jane, and it turned out great, but it's got some damage. These drawers, this dovetail is no longer staying together, and everything else has kind of fallen apart because of it. So getting started, this is the bottom side of the drawer. There is a groove that the bottom of the drawer sits in, and you need to line that back up. You can see it back here on this back part here, this groove here. That needs to be lined up before your dovetails will go back together. But before we do that, I need to get some glue down in here so that I can get this strong again. This is the inside of the drawer where these routed dovetails are. And I'm just going to take some glue. This is Titebond 2. I like it a lot. It doesn't set up super fast, but it dries really strong. And it's water resistant, not waterproof, but water resistant. I'm just going to put a dab of glue in each one of these cutouts. Okay, now as I'm closing this shut, I got to make sure that this is lined up with that groove as I pull these back together. And I'm just using kind of the pressure of the other side here to pull that together. And then just a damp cloth, wipe off that excess glue. It's just going to get goopy and make a mess later and be hard to remove. Alright, now that that's glued up, I'm just going to take my clamp. This is like a $8 clamp down at Harbor Freight. You can get them at Home Depot too. It's a 24-inch clamp. It works really good on drawers. And I'm just going to pull that down until it feels snug. And you can see here the dovetails are all nice and flush again. And I made sure that when I clamped it, the drawer bottom is in place where it needs to be. Sometimes when we get dovetails that are broken apart or drawers that are separated, the initial impulse is to take the staple gun and just nail those things together. I would recommend not doing that from past experience. More often than not, you're going to split the wood or split the dovetail, and it just never really works out and ends up not being a strong repair later down the road. If you're able to get that dovetail apart and re-glue it, that's the best way to do that. This is the dovetail I glued. It's nice and tight now. It's been drying for a couple of hours. It'll continue to cure. The glue will set all the way and be fully cured at about 24 hours. So that'll be nice and strong. This is what the runner looks like underneath, and I need to replace these on two of these other drawers. So this is what a good runner looks like on this particular dresser. I could use a router and make this exact shape if I needed to. I'm going to kind of go a little more basic with the tools I use so that it's easily replicated. I know not everyone has a router, so I'm going to show you kind of an easy way to fix this and get around that. Okay, so before I replace the runner on this one, some of these staples are popping up and this back end is loose. You don't necessarily want to staple these edges or the front. That needs to be able to move and expand with temperature variations and humidity. Otherwise your whole drawer will get kind of loose, but you want to staple in the back because that keeps it from sliding out. I've got some 1/2-inch staples loaded up in the pneumatic stapler, and I'm just going to follow this line right here and add a couple of new staples in. And that'll make that nice and tight. So I need to simulate the thickness of this piece right here. So what I'm going to do is I have some underlayment or backer board. This is like $12 for a 4x8 sheet of this down at, I get mine at Home Depot, but most hardware stores carry it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this to the depth of the drawer. I have 2 drawers that need it, so I'm going to cut 2 pieces. If you watched our video from a couple days ago, we planked the top with some cedar fencing. And I've got some leftover strips from that, from cutting that to size, so I'm going to use these strips. They're the perfect width once I add them to the underlayment to act as makeshift runners for these drawers. The runners on this particular dresser are 3/4 of an inch. It's actually pretty common. So I've just got some 3/4 inch plywood, just a scrap of plywood, and I'm going to use that as my template. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 3 pieces that I cut. That's going to accommodate for the height of this. And then what I'll do is I'll just leave this flush with the front so that I keep everything nice and straight. And I'm going to staple and glue all of this together so that I've got a nice new runner that's the perfect width for what I need. My underlayment board is a little warped, so I'm going to have to force it into submission. Of course, everything goes as planned, right? It's always just how you want it. Okay, so those have glue on them. I'm just going to clamp them here. I'm leaving a little bit of wiggle room for this board here, just in case my boards aren't completely straight when I get it nailed on there. That way it's got some movement to side to side and doesn't bind up. So I got just a little bit of play. It's not completely tight. It'll slide back and forth. You want to make sure if you get any glue in this runner section, you want to pull that off of there. Okay, so that'll glue up good, but I don't really want to wait for the glue to set. So I'm going to take, I've got 1/2 inch staples in here. Alright, so that may be a few more staples than I actually need, but I don't want it to warp around. Alright, got rid of the clamps. Now I have a runner here. Let's put this on and we'll see if it works on the actual drawer. Okay, so it looks a little bit different, but this is a functional runner. This will work. Alright, so I found the center of the drawer. I'm just going to put a little glue right here in the center of this. Then I'm going to take my scrap wood runner and line that up. My center is right here. You want the back to be pretty flush. If you're real worried about it, get yourself a square out. Make sure that everything lines up so that it slides real nice. And I'm going to go ahead and just put one staple right there. That's into this back section of the drawer, and that'll hold that from coming off. And hopefully I'm going to put some weight on this and that glue will just sit real nice. Circular saw is the perfect counterweight to hold glue in place, right? Okay, so that'll glue up, and then that runner will be on there, and we'll go test it here in a little bit when that glue dries. So this runner was keeping everything in line, but it's not super functional. It's going to cause problems later down the road, and we're selling this piece. We're not keeping it for ourselves. So I'm just going to get rid of that and just build a whole new runner like I've been doing. All of these drawers have the bottoms to them. They were just kind of getting loose. But if you have a drawer where this is broken or cracked out or missing, but everything else is intact, you can see they've routed a space for this to run. What you do is, if you need to replace this, you just measure from these points. If you don't have the old board to use as a template, just measure from the inset there, and the same on the front. There's going to be a little lip on the front here, and then that's how big you want your board to be, and you can just cut a new piece and slide it in. Or if the back's missing, you can usually cut it down to size. And on the back, if it's not dovetailed, what I'll do is I'll just staple in from the side here, and that way everything still fits nice and I don't have to worry about strength. If you glue and staple that, that's a good repair. It'll last a long time. So one other thing I wanted to point out, sometimes you get these old dressers and this part here is broken off or completely gone. What I'll do is I'll cut a piece of this cedar to size here, and I'll just set that right there where that would have been and staple that in from the top, glue and staple that in. And you could screw it or even hammer and nail if you don't have a pneumatic staple gun. You can still get that done pretty easily. And that way that replaces that runner with the glue. It's going to be nice and strong and last a lot more years. Okay, so on this dresser, all of these runners are in good shape and they're kind of elaborate. They're pieced in here and probably were put in place before the dresser was all put together and all the pieces were one. So if this is broken and missing, oftentimes this is gone just as much as the runner on the actual drawer is missing. So with this guide, what I do is, this is about 3/4 inch thick. It's just 3/4 inch common board, probably common pine. And I'll cut it to about 1/2 inch. I'll staple the front. I'll pre-drill the back so that it's easy to run a screw into the back piece there, because usually most drills won't fit in this kind of area, so you got to do it by hand, and it's a lot easier if you pre-drill that. All right, moment of truth. We'll see if these runners go in good. Alright, thanks for watching. If you want to see how we did the paint job on this, that video was up yesterday. If you liked this video and found it useful, please share it. It helps us out quite a bit. Be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Jami Ray Vintage for more DIY.